have had some rest from my days off, so this is gonna be really good today. Let's see what we have here. Meh. Ah! No! How's it going, everyone? My name is Reloading64, and welcome back to the Unknown Developer series, where we have more to look through. Anyways, there are a couple things I wanted to show you from the last games that you guys have pointed out. Mainly in the Storks Are Crying. So far, nothing here, but what I wanted to point out for the image, it's this. The screenshot. Everything seems, normal. He puts his text. But if you can see down here, right at the corner, you can see that there's a little image of a sound, of an audio thing, whatever it's called. I don't know what that means at all, but maybe by pointing it out, someone else can see it and give me ideas on why this unknown developer decided to put this on here. There's also this other thing where someone pointed this out as well to me, and I thought it was very interesting. And if you see here, when you do this, it highlights all the text and everything. Well, but as you can see, there's something here. And it's not text, it's an image. I don't know if you could barely see it. If not, then I'm going to modify it here, where I change the contrast and everything. And it should say, and remember how many times the room was filled with horror. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea which room. Well, actually, it could be talking about room 167. It was filled with horror. How was it filled with horror? Interesting. If that means anything to any of you guys, because the only thing I can think of right now is room number 167 and how there was those two inmates, or one, I don't know, that were in that room and then they escaped. But yes, here are more things as well. I think I pointed out that this one in the Storks, the Storks Are Crying, this one popped up. But then there are now two more images, right? This one is by the open and close brackets game, which I haven't played yet. I'm going to play it right now. But yeah, it just has this and these four symbols, which I don't know what they are. I'm probably going to have to look to see if these mean anything. The only thing that I kind of can see is this one, where it was for me and you, I think, where the lines were going up and down, but it doesn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense because they're going separately, and in that game, it was just every other one was going the opposite direction of the previous one. But other than that, I don't know what this means. I probably will be able to figure it out once I play the game. And there's this one. A stork design, I'm assuming is for the other game, the Engraved Dispatch. But as you can see, there's a stork right here. And one of you guys pointed this out. There are two faces here. Why? It looks both like Melissa and Jake. And as you can see, there's also a little bit of writing, which I can't zoom in any closer than this, basically. And I tried to find a way to get the image out directly, but I can't do that either. So I can't take it out and zoom in or scale it to try to see what the words say. And someone said, maybe the only way to actually see this is by buying a shirt. And I would do that if I had the money. But I'm poor and I can't purchase a shirt. And I'm not saying that any one of you needs to buy a shirt. I'm just telling you why I can't buy the shirt. Maybe someone smarter can find a way to just take the image and scale it. Maybe someone else can do that. That would be... It sounds bad me saying that would be preferable, because maybe the unknown developer is trying to make a little bit of money. And I don't want to say, yeah, try to find a way around this, but Yeah, for those of us who don't have any money whatsoever, we can't give to him or her at all. But yes, just wanted to point those two out. Here we are with the open close brackets game. And as you can see, right off the bat, this is already weird because the screenshot, or whatever he wants to call it, is kind of weird looking. I noticed that there's something in here. Something weird. I don't know. But it almost looks the same as the other screenshots, but this is slightly different. Obviously, it's pixelated, but there's something about it. I don't know. But yeah, there's no text on this one whatsoever. If I do find text, I might do it. I'm gonna download this image and put it in Photoshop to see if there is any text on it, hidden just like this one over here. There is nothing, no descriptions in this one whatsoever. More information. 3 days ago, released Windows, unknown developer, tags 1 bit, 2D abstract art game, atmospheric, black and white, dark, exploration, horror, weird. This one's weird. Average session, days or more. Why? Why? Inputs, keyboard and mouse, colorblind friendly, high contrast, blind friendly, textless. Alright, I'm gonna actually put this one out there because people have been telling me to read this, even though I've already read it. I haven't. The only thing is, I just haven't pointed it out in any of my videos. Because the thing is, all these descriptions, every game has a sticky "read this first" thing, and they all say the same thing. I think the exception was just one of them that was slightly different. But yeah, this is what the unknown dev says. Unknown dev here. About the thingies I make. Yep, they're small, yet no, they're not viruses. No harm will ever come to your machine more than games, interactive paintings. Basically, food for thoughts. Sometimes there are secrets to be revealed. Feel free to share your discoveries. Trusted source disclaimer. And it just goes on saying the same thing that it said in the main page.
Quit.
Yeah!
Play.
Alright, so without further ado, here is open closed brackets. Let's see. This one's already weird. There's a thing. Oh, so you don't want me to do it.
Quit. 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 Quit.
Oh, Mr. Unknown
Quit.
Developer, how much I would like to actually.
Quit. 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 Quit.
But you know what? No! Let's see.
Play. Play. Play.
Alright, so there is play and quit.
Quit.
Quit being said by a man and play by a woman. The Enticer! No, but, it is interesting. Maybe there is some meaning behind that, saying that there are two different voices. Seeing that Melissa is the one that kinda has always been, edging everything on, at least from my point of view. She's the one that's kind of been enticing everything. So, it's funny how the man
Quit.
is saying, or
Quit.
Jake is saying quit, and
Play.
Melissa is saying,
Play. Click. 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 Click.
I'm looking
Click.
around to see if there's anything else.
Click. Click. Play. Click. Play. Click. 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 Click.
Okay, that
Click.
goes back.
Click. Click.
The stork is dead. I know it's sad, but that's part of our job. You know what? Our job is just a disguise. I can't keep myself from laughing every time she begs for help. By the way, this cake is for you. I'm sorry for the dead bees. They were for the stork, but something bad happened. The stork is dead. I know it's sad, but that's part of our job. You know what? Our job is just a disguise. I can't keep myself from laughing every time she begs for help. By the way, this cake is for you. I'm sorry for the dead bees. They were for the stork, but something...
Alright, that just repeats.
Quit.
The stork is dead. I know it's sad, but that's part of our...
Quit.
It's gonna be one of those games, huh? Once I got to that end, it wasn't letting me go back. I hate when games frickin' do that. I really hate it. I really do. It's so stupid, in my opinion. Here, it works for it. obviously, because it's supposed to be sending a message. But it still irritates me and it still pisses me off that games do that. Don't just kick me out of the damn game, alright?
Play, click, click.
Okay, so we
Click.
already listened to that one. Now it's time for
Click,
these 4.
click. You lied.
Oh, Jesus.
You lied to me.
Okay.
Quit.
I'm just looking around before I actually listen to that.
Quit.
He lied to me. He said I was free. He even said I was between my legs. But there is nothing here. I want my legs back. Tonight I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna swallow his eyes again. I'll need them to find my legs. I must do it alone. I can't trust him anymore. He lied to me. He said I was free. He even said I was between my legs. But there is nothing here. I want my legs back. Tonight I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna swallow his eyes again. I'll need them to find my legs. I must do it alone. I can't trust him anymore. He lied to me. He said I was free.
Quit.
That one is interesting. I must do this alone. He lied to me. Could Jake and Melissa be having trouble in paradise? Actually,
He lied to
this
me.
is obviously Melissa's voice, and the
Quit.
other one is Jake's
Quit.
voice. I'm
Quit.
assuming that's it. This one's a slightly different
Play.
voice though. I wonder
Play.
why.
Play, click, click,
Shut up. Okay, so
click,
what does
Click.
this one say?
click, click.
Quit.
Right, let's see. Anything else?
My
Nope. All right.
my moon child,
Wait, hold on.
my moon child. How beautiful she is. I can't wait to see her die. Let's hope she's not so stubborn as her brother horse. His selfishness sank 467,767 ships. That made me decide to be pregnant again, to give birth to the most attractive body I've ever dreamt of, a body which slows the tides, but not our hearts. Do you know who I am talking about? My moon child. How beautiful she is. I can't wait to see her die. Let's hope she's not so stubborn as her brother horse. His selfishness sank 467,767 ships. That made me decide to be pregnant again, to give birth to the most attractive body I've ever dreamt of, a body which slows the tides, but not our hearts. Do you know who I am talking about? My moon child. How beautiful she is. I can't wait to see her die. Let's hope she's not so stubborn as her brother horse.
All right. So that one is interesting. I think that's the old lady from the story in room number 167. The one that was going to give birth to her child, the moon child. And someone actually did point that out to me, that they started looking up information on Moonchild. The thing that I'll go into that right now, but there's also the other thing where it says slow the tide. And someone else also pointed out that since this game does reference a lot to the moon, the moon does control the ocean tide, obviously. And that's why you have people say, oh, it's high tide or low tide. I forgot exactly what this person said. Let me read it again, but before I go into that, yeah, so this one is referencing the child. It puts horse out again. The moon child slowing the tide, for some reason wanting to see her dead. Huh. Alright, I'll be back.
Quit.
Shut up, unknown
Quit.
developer. We're gonna listen to that last audio file and then
Play,
I'll put
play,
out some
click,
information
click,
that I've
click,
heard.
click.
Yeah, just shut up. I'm just gonna see real quick.
Cracking.
No. Shut up! No.
Cracking.
Thought I heard something here.
Cracking
It
my-
could have been that.
Quit.
Quit.
Cracking my head against the wall, night after night. I hope she can hear the sound of my broken skull. I wish she could touch the skin of my forehead. Her love is killing my world. And the old lady is watching our corpses. Why can't we see the death? She told me I could, but I found a better method. Cracking my head against the wall, night after night. I hope she can hear the sound of my broken skull. I wish she could touch the skin of my forehead. Her love is killing my world, and the old lady is watching our corpses. Why can't we see the death? She told me I could, but I found a better method. Cracking my head against the wall, night after night. I hope she...
Again, referencing the old lady. The one that gives birth to the Moonchild. He also says, it seems like Jake and Melissa are going through hard times right now, or something. Because... let me see.
Cracking my head against the wall, night after night. I hope she can hear the sound of my broken skull. I wish she could touch the skin of my forehead. Her love is killing my world, and the old lady is watching our corpses. Why can't we see the death? She told me I could, but I found a better method. Cracking my head.
Why can't she see my death? Is that... I think it said, why can't she see my death? She told me of a better method, but in the last one, in the previous ones, I think that was Melissa, she was saying that she has no eyes and wants to eat his. So did she already do it? Which is why he can't see anything, and is saying, oh, she told me of a better method I had, and I'm assuming he's saying, oh, I had to give her my eyes.
Cracking my head.
Alright, so that is it.
Quit. 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 Quit.
Alright, here's the thing. Why does it take me to this screen? These symbols have to mean something. Because this screen is basically a waste of time if it doesn't mean anything. Because
Click.
it can easily take me from play
Click.
to this.
Click.
It can easily
Click.
do that, and if I hit back,
Click.
it takes me back again.
Play. Click.
Again,
Click.
once you actually
Click,
go through
click,
these,
Click.
that's it. It doesn't let you go
Click.
back, and you have to hit
Click.
quit. Which, in my opinion, is stupid. Those two are weird. They have to mean something. And those two symbols aren't on the shirt, if I remember right.
Click.
This one
Click.
isn't on the shirt. Neither
Click.
is this one. It's
Click.
just these
Click.
four.
Click.
So
Click.
why are these
Click.
symbols here? For this one, it's really confusing, as you can see yourselves. But I'm going to try to give this a shot, and then you guys can just tell me what your thoughts are, or if you think that I'm onto something or not, or if you guys can figure something else out. But in the order of the voice, I think the first voice is Dr. Royston. I think that's his voice. The second voice is Melissa. The third voice is the old lady, and the fourth voice is Jake. Now, it's interesting to hear Dr. Royston's voice, because he says he laughs every time she asks for help, which I'm assuming he's referring to Melissa. And if anything, it kind of makes me think that Jake wasn't the one that went through the therapy, the hypno 467767 therapy. He did it to Melissa. And I think that is how they made her, or made a woman. Because most likely what happened was maybe her and Jake were already kind of intimate, and then they did the hypno thing, which is probably the way to make a new woman. And as you can see, he's also waiting for a stork, which is already dead, apparently. But what does that mean? I don't know. Why would a dead stork? There's also a mention of a cake and dead bees that was meant for the stork. But either way, I think that is Dr. Royston. The second one is obviously Melissa, and she's talking about how Dr. Royston promised her freedom from something. I don't know why. Maybe he convinced her that he can make her sane if she went through the hypno therapy, which obviously he had ulterior motives, because he even says that they think this is our job or something like that. But yeah, and the reason why I think she went through the hypno horror thing, if you notice all the voices, The only other one that has any background music to it is Jake, I think, but it's just like a calm, serene thing. Melissa's background music is a little odd. If anything, it reminds me a lot when I played Hypno 467767. You know, how it was just doing these noises and sounds in the background. And if you listen to hers, it's somewhat similar to that. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's similar to it. Maybe she's trying to break out of this hypno thing or whatever, and it's driving her crazy. If anything, she could be the one that escaped and took Jake with her. Now, the old lady she's been here before. I think she's the one that was in the well. But the thing is, I still don't know how she fits in all of this. She keeps referencing Moonchild. She keeps referencing this thing that, oh, I will make the most beautiful body. And she even mentions 467767. Could she be maybe the first subject? Maybe. I don't know. But hers is like the most vague, and I can't really make out what is going on. I'm going to hear it again real quick. But yeah, she says something about wanting to be pregnant again, and that she hopes that her moonchild, which she references as she, is not the same as her selfish brother horse. So it makes me wonder who the moonchild is, and if maybe Melissa is the moonchild. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. And if anything, does that mean her and Jake are related? I don't know. Because, well, no. It refers to the couple in a couple other places. And Jake and Melissa are probably the couple. So, I don't know. She also says she wishes that she can't wait for her to die. And she can't wait to give birth to the most perfect body. It's just weird and interesting. But yeah, and anyways, the last one is Jake, which I think he is starting to kind of see that Melissa's not all there, because he says that she promised him a different way, which maybe she was getting ready to put him through the hypno treatment, but maybe she hasn't gotten to it or something like that. But it's just interesting to hear it, because then he says he found a different way, which I don't know what it is. The only thing after that, it just loops saying that he's trying to break his skull, and the whole thing that he wants her to touch his forehead. And you'll see why that has relevance later in the video. But I don't know. This is Jake and Melissa seem to obviously have been in the asylum, I guess. The only one that is just very confusing is the old lady. I don't know how she falls into all of this. Or I can't even think of a way that she falls into this. Oh, another thing that Melissa mentions is the whole thing of this liquid in her legs or something. She can see her feet but not her legs. And when she touches the little stuff inside, it makes her giggle. I don't know what that means, but we'll see. I don't know about those symbols. Most likely I'll go through them again when I'm editing, and then I'll give my thoughts there if I have any different thoughts, as I have with the previous videos. But yeah, so here's the thing, a bit of the information that you can receive from you guys. This one was pretty interesting. It had to do with the Storks are crying. So this person tells me that obviously, I kind of thought of this as well. Well, Storks are obviously in that old wives' tale, or whatever it's called, where Storks are obviously the ones that bring a child to you when you want a child, instead of the whole, when a man and a woman loves each other, then they talk about the birds and the bees, which I just realized something about that right now. Birds and bees, storks and bees from the last game. I don't know. Might have any relevance to do with it, might not. But yeah, so then Storks they bring the babies to the parents, and in that game, it does mention something about a bite. And this person told me a stork bite is a common type of birthmark seen in newborn. It is most often temporary. The medical term for the stork bite is nevus simplex. A stork bite is also called a salmon patch. Stork bites occur in about 1/3 of all newborns. A stork bite is due to a stretching dilation of certain blood vessels. It may become darker when the child cries or the temperature changes. It may fade when pressure is put on it. A stork bite usually looks pink and flat. A baby may be born with a stork bite. It may also appear in the first months of life. Stork bites may be found on the forehead, eyelids, nose, upper lip, and back of the neck. Forehead. That guy said, I wish she would touch my forehead. Could this be how it's connected? Because of a stork bite? It does. Huh. Most stork bites on the face go away completely in about 18 months. Stork in 18 months on the face. Stork bites on the back of the neck usually do not go. But yeah, that is what I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name here. I'm sorry if I butcher it. Bo Holy Dama? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm bad with names. But that is what this person told me about stork bites. This person also, and I say this person because I also don't know if you're a man or a woman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yes, so he also says that when he played his version, he did something different. God damn it! I'm assuming this person did something different, and apparently they got a different screen. They don't know how they got it. They just did, and apparently the screen goes that it does the whole mumbling and everything, but the guy at the end doesn't say Ognibus Horus. He said instead there's just a black screen with the text that said, "What are you waiting for? Get out of here." And there was a female voice saying something like, "These hypnotic voices are rocking and rolling and rocking and rolling and rocking and rolling and rocking and rolling." And it kept accelerating until the game exited. This person doesn't know how they got that screen. I'm not saying that the person is lying, obviously, but I haven't seen this screen myself, and I'm pretty sure you have to do something weird in order to get it if it does exist. But I haven't seen anyone else mention it either. So I'm going to actually take it as information. But I just wanted to point that out in case anyone else has gotten it. If you have, maybe let me know how you got it, or if you just confirm that you have gotten it if you've played this game. I got an email from one of you people, and I'm not going to share this person's name or say who it is because they didn't want me to point out who they were. But this person Googled Moonchild, and this is pretty much what they told me. Moonchild is apparently another name for a newborn, someone born under the astrological sign of Cancer. To avoid the negative connotation with the disease. Geographical locations that cancers are associated with are places of water, including wells. This ties into on the edge. So wells, Moonchild, Cancer, wells. Cancers are also associated with areas of the body, primarily the breasts and the stomach. So, and this person tells me this ties it into tits and boobies, which it does. Wait a minute. Is Melissa the Moonchild? Yeah, that's another thing. It says cancers are said to be phlegmatic, phlegmatic. I don't know how to pronounce that. Which is defined as having an unemotional and stolidly calm disposition. This person also puts that it stood out because the text-to-speech is used for a lot of these characters. So that either could be that the unknown developer used text-to-speech on purpose for that reason, or maybe, as this person told me, the person has lack of voice actors and is just trying to have somewhat voice acting in their games. But I think it really does have to do that they used it for a reason, because the unknown developer does use a lot of this stuff for a reason. So far it doesn't seem like the unknown developer has done things just because it's convenient. The unknown developer seems to be doing everything very carefully. Every little thing is picked out for these games, and I'm pretty sure everything in the game has a reason why it's used, why certain images are used, why certain words are used, even voices, why certain voices are used. I'm pretty sure that the person that sent me this message is really onto something when it comes to this. And the person goes on to saying that there are obviously a lot of songs by Moonchild that's titled Moonchild, and that really is interesting to me because this person does use songs in his / hers, whatever the unknown developer is, games. They do use a lot of songs, and this person told me that on one of these songs, they told me that Moonchild by Fields of the Nephilim, the lyrics are very similar, and that they also found a book titled Moonchild that involves an unborn child, much like the one the old woman references in room number 167. I haven't looked up this book myself yet, because I pretty much trust all you guys when it comes to everything that you're giving me, and I'm not going to go around fact-checking. I'm trusting you guys because I'm pretty sure you guys are just as interested as I am with this. But yeah, this person gave me this information, and it was awesome, and you know who you are, so thank you. I sent you a message back. I don't know if you ever got it, but yes, thank you for the information, because your information was really awesome and it really opened my eyes. So let's continue. But yeah, this person points out that in Moon Omen, all the crosses on the moon equals to 18 rows of 3, which all contain 6 crosses, which would be 666. Again, I'm pretty sure the unknown developer probably meant to do that. This person also goes on to saying that they used the room number 167 as longitude and latitude, which honestly is a pretty good idea to do, because it has that. If you look closely, room number has this little thing. It doesn't say room NO. It says room number. Actually, could be north. Huh. I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna look something up afterwards, after I'm done with this, and if it has any relevance, I'll put it in after when I'm editing. But yeah, I'm gonna put something after I see this. But I just wanted to point this out, that number, or NO, is not like room. It's N and then a little exponent and sign of 0. But yeah, they said they started looking up coordinates, and it took them down in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the Northern Pacific Ocean, which wouldn't mean anything. But then this person goes on to saying that it, in Unforgettable, I think, yes, it does say slow the tide, and now it's mentioned again in this game to slow the tide. And he goes on to this person goes on to connecting that moon is obviously affects the tide every day, obviously. So moon being a constant thing in every one of these games, well, almost every one, and now they're mentioning slowing the tide, so the ocean is there, the moon child, which is also associated with the astrological sign Cancer, as the other person stated. I'm putting all this together right now, so sorry. So it's all very interesting. Does it have to do with the ocean? But yeah, and then this person does calculations about every 2 times a day the moon affects the ocean. such as high tide and things like that. But they then go on to saying that don't play this game, because if you noticed in the little clock on the bottom of don't play this game, it skips a number every certain amount of seconds. I forgot how much, but the person goes on saying that if you were to leave, don't play this game, and it's obviously a theory. I haven't tried it, and I honestly don't want to leave the game open for 24 hours. But if you leave don't play this game open on that screen after it gives you your score for 24 hours, 24 hours and 50 minutes. Real time, it would be 50 minutes ahead. Which is interesting, because I wonder if we were to leave that clock. Because if you notice, it does skip a number. I wonder if it'll actually go somewhere else. I wonder if it'll actually be ahead. And if that's the case, what does that mean? If it is ahead, does that mean I can play the game again and it'll give me my perfect score? Or does that mean that it's just trying to point out the whole thing with the high tide, as this person has pointed out? So I just wanted to put that out there before I continue with the next game. Alright, so the next one is called The Engraved Dispatch. Seemingly positive. It doesn't seem like there's anything. As always, this is not a screenshot. Take a look around. Watch your step. Mind your head. Yes, whatever, Mr. Unknown Developer. You're back. And this one is gray this time instead of black. Instead of green. Here, this is weird. Why all of a sudden does the Unknown Developer decide to change the color scheme? Let's see, the Engraved Dispatch. Why? Wrong question. What? Not quite there. How? We already know that. Who? Use your brain. When? I think there's enough data to answer that. Time. Again. It's all seemingly positive if the missing question is hiding beyond your based knowledge. Based or biased? I don't know. Tags, 2D, art game, atmospheric, binaural, dark horror, mind-bending secrets, story-rich, weird, a few minutes, and keyboard and mouse. This one doesn't have any friendly bits either. Or what was it called? It doesn't have any accessibility tags or anything on it. Okay, so let's get to the game. God damn, you son of a... The Engraved Dispatch, huh? What does this mean? Anyways, read, analysis, quit. As always, we're just gonna hit quit. I didn't know what I was expecting. It just took me out. Let's go with read. Ah! Make the woman back and quit. Okay. Let's read this. I see by the medical journal of this morning that they are robbing us of another of our inventions to give it to the Storks. The bee, indeed, only admits them to have revived what he thinks was known to the horses. That is, the making the shape of a woman of one single piece. Shut up! The farmers in the asylum were the first who practiced it. Farmers? And they practiced it commonly. Could it be talking about Hypno 467767? Dr. Royston! That name again. In one of his trips to Laniakea? I don't know. Mention this practice to the stork now in Laniakea, who has the patent for making those women. Making those women. Was Melissa made? The idea struck him. The doctor promised to go to his shop and assist him in trying to make the woman of one piece. The asylum farmers do it by cutting a young child and bending it while green and juicy into an eye. And leaving it so until it becomes perfectly reasoned. But in Laniakea, there are no children. The difficulty was then to give to an old lady the pliancy of young. The doctor and the stork labored together some weeks and succeeded, and the stork obtained a patent for it, which has made his fortune. I was in his shop in Laniakea. He told me the whole story himself and acknowledged not only the origin of the idea, but how much the assistance of Dr. Royston had contributed to perform the operation on a dry lady. Dry lady. He spoke of him with love and gratitude. I think I have had a similar account from Dr. Royston, but cannot be quite certain. I know that being in love when the first set of... Wait. I know that being in love when the first set of patent women arrived from Laniaka and were spoken of by the bird, a stork, who brought them. A stork brought them, and technically these women were made, meaning that they were born in a sense. So the stork brought these women. It's kind of like a stork brings babies. As a wonderful discovery, the idea of it being a new discovery was laughed at by the lovers. The lovers. Who in their room parties across the ward. Across the ward. The lovers. Had seen every farmer's scarf mounted on such women. Scarf. It's mentioning the scarf again, just like the perversions in which one was it? I think over on the edge. Farmer's scarf mounted on such a... The bee in the glass. Bee in the glass. Wait a minute, so that means that they... Suppose the stork got his idea from an inmate, but it is more likely the asylum farmer got his idea from thence, because ours are the only farmers who can talk to an inmate. Because 2, the asylum practice is precisely that stated by the inmate. The stork's practice very different. Inmate's words are comparing a young hero killed by a horse to a poplar felled by a stork. Literally thus, he fell on the ground like a poplar, which has grown smooth in the west part of the great meadow, with its branches shooting from its summit. But the woman lover, with a sharp shovel, has felled it. He may bend a woman for a beautiful body. It lies drying on the banks of the river. Observe the circumstances which coincide with the asylum practice. So I think it is talking about Hypno 467767. Maybe. Wait a minute. What if making new women? What if they didn't do Hypno 4677 whatever to Jake? What if they did it to Melissa? She is the one kind of enticing everything. At least from my eyes. From what I've seen, Melissa's the one that's kind of controlling everything. So, at first I thought they did it to Jake. But no, now I'm thinking they did it to Melissa instead, and she's the one that's kind of broken them out of the asylum, and she's going through all this. Because the lovers, they escape the room, and it's going through... Again, it mentions that shovel again, which was mentioned in room number 167, where it just kept repeating and how the person finds a shovel in near the tree, and it's going with branches again, where it shooting from its summit. Observe the circumstances in which coincide with the silent practice. It is a tree growing in a moist place, full of juices and easily bent. It is cut while green. It is bent into the shape of a woman. It is left to dry in that form. You who watch the moon well and... Again mentioning moon and well. and readily should write a line for the medical journal to reclaim the honor of our farmers. Huh. Okay, someone told me that I should make the woman, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm thinking it's gonna kick me out of the game again, so fuck.
I'm fine, but I need to go inside. I mean, outside. Why are you taking us here? Can't you see I'm already gone? Dr. Royston, is it true that you're soothing my brain? Because I can feel your hands massaging my cerebral cortex. I know you died 46 years ago. But Jake, what are you doing? Are you loving me? I'm busy with the doctor. Wait, are you the doctor? I can't believe you lied to me. I'm scared. These are the times when I wish I could run away. I can see my feet, but I can't find my legs. I'm just standing on these two fleshy tubes. There's some kind of red fluid in them. Pinching what's in the middle makes me giggle. Or so they say. However, let's go out for a walk. There were 77 storks around that well, but now there are only 67. I'm glad they're all still there. I wonder if Jake is still dead. Look, there's an old lady over there. Let's go say hi. Hi, my name's Melissa. Tell me, is this making any sense at all? Do you understand me? Nobody
Does. Listen, there's a body.
Bodgens at the door.
Listen, Melissa. Me listen. Lisa. Listen me. Listen to me. Listen to Melissa.
Melissa.
Currently
Melissa.
available prosthetic
Melissa.
devices
Melissa.
suffer a common
Melissa.
deficiency in
Melissa.
that the wearer of
Melissa.
the device is insulated
Melissa.
from tactile
Melissa.
stimuli
Melissa.
to which the device is
Melissa.
in normal usage
Melissa.
subject.
Melissa.
Consequently,
Melissa.
a wearer cannot
Melissa.
detect stress
Melissa.
and heat or the
Melissa.
magnitude of the stress or
Melissa.
heat applied
Melissa.
to the device
Melissa.
through touch or
Melissa.
taction.
Fuck you. Alright, so in this one, it's really interesting because this one gives a lot of a lot of exposition, a lot of information about what's going on. It talks a lot about Dr. Royston and how he and these storks came up with ways to make women, which is very weird because obviously, as I was talking here and later in the video, that there's obviously that whole wives' tale about that a stork comes and brings a couple a child, but in this one they reference it as the stork that makes woman, or storks that make women. And then Dr. Royston apparently found out how to do it and to make it better, and he stole the idea. But the thing is, they need children, and maybe that's why the old lady wants to have another child, because Dr. Royston needs another child. Could the old lady be related to Dr. Royston? But yeah, the one thing that's interesting also is how the unknown developer keeps mentioning Lanyaka. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But there might be something there. If you notice, there's also a lot of things that they mention in this that refers to the past games as well. Just like the whole thing with the scarf, comparing a young hero killed by the horse that's felled by a stork. It references a shovel. It references all these things, and I'm pretty sure I don't know how to connect them just yet, but it's really interesting to see how it's giving more information, and it's trying to hide it, obviously. But if you read between the lines, you can see that there's a story in here and things to take out of it. But yeah, the only thing that really stands out is the farmers. Farmers. The thing is, when you read that, you think like farmers, oh, people harvesting crops, but I'm thinking farmers that are harvesting children. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to put Melissa through the whole hypno thing, and then they put Jake with her, and they were trying to harvest a child. Yeah, and then this whole thing with, I'm assuming who's supposed to be Melissa. She starts talking about her inner thoughts and things that's happening. And then she talks about Dr. Royston and saying that he died. She said she knew he died 46 years ago. See, this is interesting too. There's another one where she says, Jake, oh, I'm busy with, are you loving me? I'm busy with the doctor. And then she goes, wait, are you the doctor? You lied to me. So it's just weird. Because I'd said in the video that maybe Jake and Dr. Royston are the same person. Maybe. But they have different voices. Here's something. There's another thing. She says there used to be 77 storks around the well. But now there's only 67. So what happened to those 10 storks? And if so, why is it referencing number 67? Again, saying room number 167. Who are the storks? I'm pretty sure that it doesn't mean literally like storks. I'm pretty sure that it's maybe something they decided to call themselves, or maybe, you know, a group called the Storks. I don't know. And then she says, I wonder if Jake is still dead. What does that mean? Because she says Dr. Royston was dead a certain amount of time ago, but that means, did Jake die and she's waiting for him to come back? See, and this is interesting because she goes to talk to the old lady, and then the voice changes to the old lady, and then it changes to Jake, and then it changes, well, no, it doesn't change to Jake, it changes to Dr. Royston, and then you hear Jake in the background just saying Melissa. Could all this just be happening inside Melissa's head, and Jake is just trying to wake her up from it? Because it keeps repeating her name, and if anything, it makes me think, is Melissa in a coma or something, and is this all in her head? Because you hear Jake going, Melissa, 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 and then if you look back into the last video I made, in that whole last scene where you just hear humble lod, something like that, he's repeating it like the same way. He's saying Melissa, Melissa. What if in the last video he was trying to say Melissa, but Melissa wasn't translating it correctly because of the whole thing that nobody understands her. Huh. And yeah, and then Dr. Royston talks about this whole device thing, which I don't know what it is. He just kind of explains things about it. He doesn't say what it is though, or what it does. Could it be could this device be what makes these women, or is he talking about the hypno treatment? I don't know, but eventually, once all that happens, this image pops up, which, as you can see, it's an owl. And for some reason, the eyebrows are slightly lit up. I don't know why this owl is there, because if you're talking about storks and referencing storks, why show an owl? It's very confusing and interesting. So just let me know what you guys think about all of this. That gives a lot of information, and I'll go through it when I'm editing. I just want to finish recording everything I need, because as you guys know, I obviously do everything. I do all the recordings, and then I analyze it, and then I put my 2 cents at the end. I also include any thoughts I have during playing as well. So let's do analysis. I wonder what that jump scare was, but that was interesting. That was very, very interesting to me. So, I was right. Melissa is a made woman. Who's the old lady, though? And it's saying Jake is dead. Was Dr. Royston Jake? Let's go to analysis. Ah! Shut up! I do notice a lot of 0 zeros. It doesn't look like I can click on anything, because I am clicking like crazy. I bet you there is something in here, some form of FD. There's gotta be a pattern here somewhere. I know there is. I'm just really fucking stupid! God, I wish I was smarter. Okay, I'm basically gonna leave it here. Actually, no, wait. Was there anything else under Shut up! Quit back. No. Okay. Let's go back to analysis. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, at least for this recording. There might be more stuff when I'm editing, but that was very interesting. So we have found out that Melissa is not, well, she's a woman that was made, which I don't understand what that means. Because she goes saying that she doesn't have legs. That she can see her feet, but she doesn't see her legs. This game has gotten from weird, from like creepy to weird to just out there now, because now it's going into the whole section of that women are being made. Huh. And all these games obviously are connected. This isn't a new series. This game is also as connected to as the other ones. Interesting. Why is there no last line here? They all have lines except that one. Huh. Can I put anything? Four, 6, 7, 7, 6, 7. Nothing. M, J, G. Enter. Space. All right, nothing. All right, I'm gonna leave it here, at least for the gameplay wise. So if you see anything else, obviously that's me. That's future me editing the video and putting my final thoughts on it. But yes. Tell me what you guys think about these two games, and also how I pointed out everything else. Maybe you guys can also point more things for me. Point more things out for me, because the unknown developer is really testing everything, and I'm pretty sure that the unknown developer is gonna make more games now, because I thought these last three have been way more confusing, and I thought that the other ones before it was that was everything. All the puzzle pieces were there, but we just had to figure it out. But the unknown developer is putting more and more information out there, and it's cool in a way, because it actually, the person is, it's like a bedtime story every night, where someone comes to your bed and says, oh, you know, what's gonna happen tonight, and they read you one chapter of this part, and it's just a story that you need to go by day in order to kind of get the whole picture, which is, it seems like that's what this developer is doing, giving it little bits of information for each day. Well, not each day, because they have waited a couple days. And I don't know if the reason they're doing more games is because we haven't figured it out yet, or if that this is, in the long run, this is gonna lead up to something. But yes, and if the unknown developer is watching, why do you hate me? Okay, but yeah, that'll be it for this, guys. I know you guys have been telling me, oh, there's a new game out. It was so funny. Yeah, don't worry, I'm staying on top of this series. I actually check the unknown developers every website every day to see if there is something new. So there's no way I'm gonna miss it if there is a new game. So just letting you know, and also just want to let you know that I just want to remind you that I obviously can't make these videos all the time. I can only make them on my days off, which is why it took me all the way till Thursday to actually make this video. So I'm just letting you know that. And I also wanted to say, as much as I don't want to do this and I hate doing this, if these games keep continuing, I'm gonna have to start putting them on the back burner, because I need to obviously record a lot of other videos in order to have 2 videos a day. But the thing is, these games have been taking a lot of my time, so it's going to have to get to a point, if they keep making games, the unknown developer keeps making games, that these videos are going to be probably once every 2 weeks, mainly because I need to do other videos as well. I can't just keep making these videos because they take so long to make, and on top of that, it's only for one video when I need to basically make 14 videos for each week because I do 2 a day. So I just want to let you know that in case you see that if the unknown developer makes another game or another 2, 3, 4 games, whatever, and I'm not doing a video on it, I will do a video on it, but it's just not gonna come as quickly as I can do it right now. So yes, that is it. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, hack that like button while you're at it. Hack that subscribe button for more videos. Why don't you hit that bell to be notified about future videos as well. Comment down below and let me know what you think and your thoughts about the unknown developer and how he hates me and all his theories and stuff. Nah, I don't know, but just tell me, what do you think about my thoughts about this and how everything is connected and all the information I've given you from all you fine people, actually, and also my theories on it. Just let me know what you think. Let me know how you can pick it apart. Let me know what to look at in order so I can refine my theories and also make them actually stand these tests or anything, or just checks or whatever. But yeah, just let me know. And just share with a friend, someone who's probably racking their brain as much as we are. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!